It's
the
it's
other.
it's
Well, maybe
it's
I did.
launching.
Maybe I did.
It's launching. Hopefully, it's launching to your account. Yes, it is.
Hey, did it? Okay. I wasn't
Life,
sure if I put it over because on Friday I just put it on Facebook.
not a problem, Tony. All right, folks, we're gonna ramp up and you're in the share screen. Welcome to Phoenix Business Exchange. You know what? This is the top of October. Welcome to October. And you know what? Stats. Any of your stats, any of your purchase, any of your stuff that's been going on, send it to Tony because Tony updates the information that we're about to see in a few seconds. All right, and there we go. There is the Phoenix website. So if you're looking from the outside in, it's pbx.ca. And scrolling down, a member of the week is Carl Richards. And if you don't know what Carl does, he helps you either train you up to do a podcast or he'll do the edits and does the post production for your podcast. And click Carl's e-card or the video. Carl will explain what he does. And obviously, we're here today. That's the Monday morning, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, Bell's Corners. And there is a Wednesday morning, 8 to 9 East End and a South End on Thursday. Then Thursday afternoon, 1 to 2, click here, and Tony has another session that he's running at from 1 to 2. Again, it's for Phoenix members. October 7th. Hey, that's not too far away. That's tomorrow. After Hours Group is meeting, and it is at 7 p.m. Penny hosts that group, and it's about staying on target with your tasks, on your goals. East Trade Winds. That's tomorrow, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. Facebook Live Meditation with Tony on the 10th at 1:30 p.m. And that just gets you zen with life. Sunbathing event October 29th. So just before Halloween, Tony's got the tuning bowls cooking, and you can be part of that. Penny Lee has the Dance is Movement, Dance and Movement is Medicine with Neo classes, both online and in person. Click here to follow and find dates. Friends Friday Potluck, October 10th, 6:30 p.m. Not a Zoom event, but show up with food. South End Hybrid at River Lounge is meeting on October 23rd. So that's a Thursday. And what's happening there, we're meeting in person and online. It starts at 7:30 at River Lounge. QR direct referral members, typical thing. If you want to find out who's who or get a hold of them, click here. The e-cards, that's part of the QR code system. We've done it, well, this year to date, 3,100 times people have used that particular means of reaching out to us. $4.9 million worth of business done this year. And $163,350 in referrals has transpired since January 1st, 2025. And without much more ado, I will swing over and let Mike give us a educational minute. Mike.
Great. Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a nice weekend and is enjoying the glorious weather that we're having. So I want to talk today a little bit about how to get the best out of your 60-second infomercial. I've been joining some Phoenix groups, the Wednesday and the Thursday group, and I find some people with their infomercials are just dragging on, and they're not benefiting themselves by going over the time allotment. And just for some of the new networkers to know that most networking groups, like BNI, for example, give 60 seconds to do their infomercials, sometimes even 45, depending on the size of the group. So the good news is with Phoenix Kindness, we can go over that 60-second infomercial time that's suggested, up to 90 seconds, and in some rare cases, 120 seconds, 2 minutes to get your story out. But usually it's 60 to 90 seconds. And important, so keep in mind, if you go over the recommended time slot, what happens naturally to professional networkers, excuse me, they tune out. They they lose track of what you're talking about because we're geared and educated to know that we want to listen to that 1 minute. What is a good referral? What is this? What are you trying to say? And then we move on to the next member. If every member went for 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and almost did basically a mini presentation, we would lose the art of the 60-second infomercial. All right, so keep that in mind. Excuse me. It's not that we're rude, or I'm not talking for everybody. I'm talking for myself here. It's not that I'm rude. It's just I just naturally tune out. If it's a 10-minute presentation, I'm all in. I listen to that 10 minutes because that's what that 10-minute presentation is geared for. A 60-second infomercial, going to 90 seconds, get what you want to say, and professional networkers understand the science of that and will be able to listen so that we can give the time and respect to the next member and the next member and the next member. Imagine if you were in a group that has 30, 40 members. These are the ones that have 45-second infomercials. Sure. And they're timed, and you're belled if you go even a second over. You're warned when you even get close to that 45 seconds or that one infomercial. So keep that in mind with your infomercials, especially for that part of it. And some tips for, introduction. Briefly describe your business and what it does. Be creative. Tell a story. What differentiates you from your competition? Ask for business. Be specific about the type of specific referrals, or even better, referral, not referrals, that you are looking for. Call to action, again, be specific. What are you looking, or who are you looking to be, let's say, introduced to? And very important, memory hook, something that makes you stand out. Because a memory hook is a really positive thing. I remember once at a networking group, was another one. The guy sold pillows and for sleeping and all that kind of stuff. And his tagline was, "When your head hits the pillow, think of me." And people people didn't like that because every time you go to bed at night, you hit the pillow and you think of this guy, right? And you didn't want to, but it works because you thought of that guy, right? Maybe not the perfect thing. So keep that in mind. Respect for your members, sharp infomercials. What do you want? Tagline, and then allow the next member to do the same. Thank you.
Mike, thank you so much. The LinkedIn Live post feed that is posted in the chat, and we're going to change the order because Nidhi, who's giving the presentation as part of Shane's group, is going to launch first. Nidhi, do you want me to play the video first, or do you want to talk? Shane?
Hey.
Hey.
Why don't I give a brief introduction to Nidhi there, and then we can play the video, and then she'll kind of answer any questions or elaborate on anything that she's done. How's that work?
Shane, absolutely spectacular. Go for it, lad.
Perfect. Okay, so this is Nidhi. She's our new physiotherapist. She's been in India before, and she's been trained to be a physiotherapist there. Came over. She's done her internship, her exams, and everything else. So now she's starting off her new leg here in Canada and doing things. One thing that I really gravitated towards Nidhi is her always wanting to learn. We've always showed our interns and our new practitioners about how we do notes so that we can correlate way better, right? We collaborate with our physios, our massage therapy, our chiropractors, so that everybody's on the same page. So one thing that people talk about is like, I'm going to go see another physio. I want to see you too as a chiro. But when you're under the same roof, we know what everyone's doing. We're not overloading the system. We're not doing, conditions and treating them too much or too little. It's a really good thing that we have underneath the same roof. So that's why I like having a physio as well with us. And it's insurance wise, right? We can flip back and forth. A lot of people in Ottawa are based on insurance. They get, good insurance for physio. They might get good insurance for chiro, but you can use them both to go back and forth. We can be on the same page, treating the same thing and getting them better that much faster and quicker. So it works really well for people's financial situations. But like I was saying, Nidhi does come in, even on her days off, to kind of see how I do things, to learn even more about chiropractic approach and the way I do things. So she knows from my notes what she's learning and what I put down, and I can learn from her, and she can say, and we can collaborate about certain conditions. So it's really great. And that's one thing we always look for, and something that she's just exemplified in our clinic. So I'm really proud to say that, you know what, she's there to learn and get people better. And that's our main focus, is getting people better at the end of the day. So here's Nitty, her video there. I know Bernie will show that for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask her those questions. She's ready to go. And thanks again, everybody, for listening. And Nitty, thanks for coming on and helping me out, because I got 3 kids and me and my mom, my wife's gone to Europe. So thank you.
No worries. All pleasure.
All right, here we go into share mode with a sound, and hitting the play button and
Hello
enlarging the
everyone,
screen.
my name is Nidhi, and I am the newest member of Proaction Health and Performance. That's why maybe you guys are seeing me for the first time. So let me go through a little bit detail about myself, like what I do, what you guys want from me and all stuff. So as I mentioned that I'm the newest member, but I'm working as a physiotherapist at Proaction since 1 month, and so basically I have done my Bachelor of Physiotherapy back in India from 2016 to 2020, and then I have done 6 months of internship in multi-specialist hospital, and then I came here. I have done fitness and health promotion program from Algonquin College, and after that I gave my theoretical part of physiotherapy exam, and then went through the interview part of the exam, and then here I am working as a physiotherapy since 9 months in Ottawa. Okay, so let's talk about in detail at what physiotherapy is. So physiotherapy, as everybody knows, so it mainly works on the exercises, releasing techniques, but beyond that there are a lot of things that physiotherapy does as well. So basically it's finding the root cause. So it doesn't only just cure the condition that you have or just help in the condition or pain, but it also helps to prevent injuries that might can happen into the future. So that's what how physiotherapy go into the detailed assessment, what structures are involved, whether it is bone, joint itself, it's muscles, nerves, ligaments, capsules, and anything. Then we go and make the treatment and tailor program for the individual people. So a lot of people have a lot of different issues. So a lot of people have like gym activities that they do. Sometimes they feel pain while doing gym activities. Some people and some younger generation are more into like sports, and they might get injured when they are doing something, playing with their hockey, soccer, or any other sports that they are playing. And so basically what the need from the physiotherapy that can be helping to it, so that's we go into detail about it. And the other stuff that we do is like on top of that, releasing techniques, exercises, taping, bracing, we also do cupping therapy, using of the gastron tools and all stuff. But some people, because I personally do not do the acupuncture and dry needling yet, but I have enrolled myself doing the acupuncture and dry needling. That also can also help to balances of the muscles and also helps to release some instant pain and all stuff. And yeah, so I have enrolled myself for doing some of the advanced techniques of manual therapy and dry needling and acupuncture. I'll be doing next year with and so basically it depends how what protocols should be needed. So let's say if a person is working and they have a lot of issues, and most of the people just like work in front of the computer for long hours, like 8-9 hours, using of the phones and all, that might can change the posture, that might can help have a lot of pain into the neck, or it can radiate towards the arm or down towards the back or something. So it can be needed to go into detail assessment and what physiotherapy or any other health professional can do into it. So that's how we're gonna go and assess. So let's talk about the postures. So a lot of people have working like 8-9 hours in front of the computer, and they might have like slouch posture. They might feel like their posture is getting forwarded, their neck is getting forward, and that's how it imbalances the muscle, and that can lead to a kind of pains and other symptoms like tingling and numbness. And that's we do a detailed assessment about it. Okay, what's going inside it, what's the root cause of it, whether it's like this, whether it's coming from the neck, whether it's coming from the shoulder, and then that's how we treat it. Anything else that matters, that not even just preventing injury. Let's say people are playing sport activities and they're playing soccer, and they feel like, okay, I'm not that much strong, and I feel like even if they are strong, they feel like, okay, some activities, some kind of positioning that we find like harder to do it. So finding that, okay, what's the actual implication that we need, what kind of actual movement that we want, we try to replicate it, and we try to do some of the individual strengthening of the muscles. So That's how physiotherapy can help into it as well. It's not about like when you are talking about the overall health of the body, it's just not the strength is needed. You need endurance, you need power, you need uh, strengthening, you need mobility of your body as well. So that's how physiotherapy go into detail about it, doing this some stuff, which muscles should be involved, which muscles should be stretched, mobilized, which muscles should be strengthened. That's how we go into detail about it. Any other stuff that you want to know about might be like normal pains, normal daily routine activities when you do. Sometimes like you have like when you just bend forward, you feel like okay, you get a jerk at the back. Sometimes it's pulling of the muscle. Sometimes it might be involvement of the disc of the lower back or something. And when you feel like okay, a lot of issues with your shoulder when you're doing any overhead activities, when you're lifting anything heavy, that you feel like okay, my shoulders are giving up. So that's how we go into detail assessment about okay, whether it's the nerve involvement, structural involvement, is contractile issues or non-contractile issues that we make the trailer program it. It's not about like just a particular generation. We can help into better all the generation. So yeah, there's anything else that you wanna guys know about me? You know where I am. I'm working at the Forection and if you have any question, there is a phone number, website, email and all stuff in our Google. You can go into it and more important, Shane is here. You can ask Shane where I am. He will contact me and I will answer all the questions that you might have. Uh, Thank you so much for giving 5 minutes of your time today, and I hope you enjoy and have a good week. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. Bye.
All right, folks, we have about 1 minute, considering the number of people that are on the call this morning. So if there's a question, one question. Who has a question about what Nitty does or wow, Sam, you usually have a one question. Pull my finger question. One, pick something, man. Go ahead, Kat.
So my question for you, Nadia, so firstly, welcome to the group. My question for you is, being the only person that doesn't live in Canada, is there anything that can be done physiotherapy-wise remotely from you or your practice?
Remotely can be done so much things as well, but it's more important first when you are doing it. If it's more important because mostly physiotherapy, any other health professional works manually more. But yeah, some in certain cases we can do remote and online classes and online kind of sessions and all stuff. But it depends, like whether the patient needs of it's more about the hands-on or it's more about just educating on it, what person has to do, what thing has to be avoided and all stuff. So it has to be first going through a detailed assessment about it, and then we can decide, okay, whether it's remotely is needed or it's just that, okay, we need in-person sessions that we can work more into it, like manually and other stuff, and implementing the other physiotherapy activities that we do. So based on
Amazing.
that, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nitty, thank you. I know you have to head out. That's why we popped you in first and into the speaking order. And now we're going to do round robin. And I'm going to start off with Carol Lee and then do Eric. See, Eric, you're not always top of the list, there, lad. Even though you're looking kind of ready, but you know. Carol Lee, over to you, ma'am.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thanks, Nitty. Welcome as well to the group. So we've got a busy week coming up here at the Canada Food Cupboard. It's Thanksgiving for us on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have our distribution of all of our Thanksgiving hampers. We've got about 600 families in our community that we will be helping this year. But I'd like to take this time just to do another plug for our upcoming fundraiser. As you know, a lot of charities in the Canada, Ottawa, greater area do big events this time of the year. And we have our Bites and Delights event taking place on October the 27th at the Brook Street Hotel. And we've targeted our school snacks program as the fundraising goal for this event. Just to talk a little bit more about our school snacks program, just to kind of put it into context. And I really like how Mike said about, getting to the point and really having that keynote thing you're going to say. Well, I wanted to share that in September, we at the Canada Food Cupboard helped 875 children. That's in 1 month. So every one of these kids gets our school snacks that they can take with them to use it for school. It costs us $7.48 for each one of these kids. So times that by 875, we spent over $6,500 in 1 month to be able to provide these school snacks to these kids. So roughly about what, $76,000 a year. So you can see why this event's important to us, to try to raise some money to help that we can fund this program ongoing. So if you're free on October the 27th, we'd love to have you join us at this fundraiser. Tickets are available through our website, canadafoodcupboard.ca. Thank you.
Carly, thank you so much. Awesome news. Quick promo. If you know someone that does disc jockey services, have them reach out to Penny Lee. We need them into the group. Eric, tell us a story.
Thank you, Bernie. Welcome to the group, Nidhi. Eric Sonego of CA Pros. We're an accounting firm, excuse me, that specializes in medium-sized and small businesses, people who have challenges in their day-to-day bookkeeping and accounting processes. People who have neglected their taxes for a few years, people who are at a discordance type of relationship with the CRA, and people who want to keep their books in tune with the new changes that are coming by the people who are selling you the accounting software. We are told that there will not be any more desktop ability for QuickBooks, Sage, all of those other things, that will all be on the cloud. Some of us are already on the cloud and we don't know about it. If you use Microsoft 365, you are on excuse me, you're on the cloud. So that's where my clients are going. I am putting them on the cloud, whether they know it or not. Sooner or later they'll know it, but whether they know it or not, they will be on the cloud, because we are on the cloud, whether we like it or not. 613-254-7310.
Eric, thank you so much. And East Trade Winds, that is the link. Anybody's welcome to join in. You can download or you can register once and just keep using it through your calendar, or keep hitting the link and just re-register. It's all good. Let's see, we did Eric, and did I say who was next? No, I don't think I did. So you know what, Kat, over to you. And then we will swing over to Josh.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kat. You know, all that rambling and waffling that Mike told you not to put into your pitch? That's the information that I deal with. So I take all that information that you just kind of spit out there, and I take it and turn it into content for your social media, for your blogs, for your email marketing. And I actually make it useful to the right people in the right place at the right time. Thank you, Bernie.
That was nice and quick. I like that. That's good. All right. So next quick promo is if you're going to have a BAM with me, we can always have it at Hive. We can do a walkthrough of that space. And who did I say? Who did I say? I said Josh. And then we will swing over to Kelly. Go ahead, Josh.
Morning, folks. I'm Josh Lamb. My company is Sterling Grace Technologies. We're your one-stop shop for all of your IT needs in Eastern Ontario and throughout Canada. And internationally, if you've got a client that's looking for some remote assistance. Our clients are in two kind of divisions. Number one would be managed services and support, and that's anything from I have a computer issue, I'm a sole proprietor, I'm a single person operator, I'm a realtor, for example, who has issues with their printer, has issues with their email, need some assistance there. We can help you remotely or in person, all the way up to I'm a accountant and I have a small office with 10 to 20 people working for me. I need monitoring and security. I need my server monitored and a disaster recovery solution. I need to have a cloud-based backup recovery solution if my building gets burned down in a fire. And so we can spin up the latest backup, which should be no more than 24 hours old, of your server in the cloud and get you guys back to work while you're still hunting for that next office. On the other side, we do software development, and that's with a web-based focus and a networking-based focus. And so that goes anywhere from a brochure-based website, and we have a team that are skilled in doing beautiful web designs, up to a e-commerce site integration with other services so that you can get things that happen on your website, like in your WooCommerce shopping cart, integrated into your customer relationship management software and your QuickBooks Online. And then we write automations and integration, and that would be things like making your resume application process automatically assess your applicants using ChatGPT tie-ins to grade them so that you can filter through. We had a customer that received 160 applications, and we helped grade them to the top 20, and then they read through those and arranged their interviews with superstars. And so that saved them probably 8 hours of reading time. So we take your technology, we stop it from just costing you constant money, and we move it over into a zone where all of a sudden it's helping you scale, make your life easier, less stressful, give a better customer experience, and make you money. So that's what we do. If you're interested in stopping driving Fred Flintstone's car and start driving something a little bit nicer like a Lamborghini, then we're the ones to call in tech world. So Sterling Grace Tech, give me a call if you want your tech to make you money. Thanks.
Josh, thank you so much. We're also looking for people to handle water pump services. I guess that's either fresh water or the other water. So if you know someone that does that type of work, have them reach out to Penny Lee. Not that she needs it, but we might need it in our group. And swing over to Kelly. Yeah, I was looking like, where did she go? She's still here. They're still here. Good.
I've been here. So before I begin, I just want to acknowledge that that entire tutorial on how to keep your infomercial brief was about and for me. I apologize again. I'm newer to the group, and oftentimes I haven't quite understood what's going on. And so I would just talk. So thank you so much for helping me improve and tighten it up. So here we go. I'm Kelly. I'm a real estate professional. I serve both Toronto and Ottawa, two incredible cities that are very different, but they prove one thing consistently. Real estate is both an art and a science. The science is the strategy, the data, the timing, the negotiation, and the art is the intuition, understanding people, what makes them tick, what makes them feel at home, what their specific individual needs are. By blending both of these in my approach with precision and empathy, I offer structure and I offer connection. Behind every transaction, there is a story. And what truly makes real estate unique is how your story unfolds, and I can treat your story with care. So my clients know me for being efficient, insightful, human, moving with purpose, sometimes moving with laser speed, light speed, but I do always have in mind that the heart is the most important driver of the process. So if you're ready to buy or sell or invest with confidence in either Toronto or Ottawa, please do connect with me. I'm Kelly Harrigan. I'm your real estate agent with heart. 2 listing alerts, 1 downtown condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in the DuPont and Lansdowne area of Toronto. And I've got 1 lease coming up, a 3-bedroom bungalow coming up in the Alta Vista area, just north of Heron and Bank, north of Heron and then west of Bank, just south of Billings Bridge. So keep your eyes peeled. We're preparing that one to come to market now.
Kelly, thank you so much. And just to recap about CAT services, if you have an event that's going live and you're part of Phoenix, again, it's the marketing effort of being a member. CAT will upload that information and put it out through the Phoenix social media channels. And we're going to go to Mike, Jacqueline, and then Dwight. Mike, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everybody. So Mike with We Care Focus Distracted Driving. And as I talked about last week, distracted driving needs your support on social media to help raise awareness. It truly takes a village to make a real impact on distracted driving statistics. And our team at We Care Focus is working tirelessly to make our roads safer. And your involvement can make a huge difference. So I'm going to be sending each one an individual link to our Facebook. And we would be grateful if you could like our page, Follow for updates, share posts with your network, comment to share your thoughts about distracted driving in your community. Every like, share, and comment provides us with vital social proof, helping us to reach more people and spread the awareness where it's needed the most. Thank you for caring about your community and supporting safer roads, safe travels to you and yours. Mike, aka Dr. Dent, We Care Focus.
Dr. Dent, I like that. At least it wasn't Dr. Dentist. Yeah, no kidding. So there's a free cyber training course to help you not pick the wrong emails, and it's positively geared to reinforce good behavior. In other words, you're not getting some garbage or getting hooked in. And it's Cyberhoot, and there you go. Jacqueline, over to you, and then Dwight.
Good morning, everyone. And I know you took a long, deep breath and you lifted your shoulders and you took them back and you dropped them down and you realized just how excited you are to start your day. I was in Wakefield helping out a friend who owns a store, a small store. But not only that, I helped her with her mortgage, and she was able to use the equity from the home to help restore some of the items in their store. It's a beautiful space. And here it is. She's got a beautiful home, a beautiful space. And wouldn't it be great if she could find a way to take the money that's invested in her world to be able to accommodate her profession? So always, when you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, what you always want to do is contact your mortgage honey. And I get to ask Kate or say thank you to Kat about my 4, not 1, not 2, but 4 workshops that I'm taking care of. And we'll see it soon. Have a spectacular day.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. So if you can't make a meeting, but you still want to have a footprint presence, reach out to Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike Wazowski, if the schedule, he has his fingers, Dr. Dent will help fill that point in time for you. Mr. Dwight, what's up? And then we will swing over to Sam. Go ahead, Dwight.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to another great week. I am Dwight from Dwight & Nicole, K-Suite Life Catering. We specialize in Caribbean cuisine. We just make your meals just taste absolutely awesome each and every time. This past week, we were at the food truck all week. Turned out to be a busy week. Busy. It's usually busy more for the evening dinner rush. We have people just come in from their long trek of work and want to stop in, don't want to cook, which is what we specialize in. We cook everything for them. Saturday, we ended up at Lansdowne Market, and it was just crazy. That day, we had a 67s game and another event, a running event that turned out to be extremely busy. So it was a busy weekend, and we're back at it again for this Thanksgiving preparation week. So hopefully we'll be seeing another set at the food truck, just creating some wonderful dishes. So if anyone is in the area, just pop in. We'll be able to help them out, providing lunch or dinner, and send them on their way. It's a very tasty meal consistently, and we deliver just the best Caribbean cuisine on the Vernon side of town. So pop in. It's 8717 Bank Street, just by the liquor store and cannabis store. So you can get your food and take home drink and just, whatever else you like. So Dwight and Nicole, Taste Sweet Light Catering. Have a great day.
Sure, thank you so much. Another group that I'm involved with is called Canada Growth Network, and they're hosting at 1 p.m. free to attend a Black Friday special, how to prepare for Black Friday, which is coming up soon. The details are in the chat. And Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Morning, everyone. Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. Dash cameras are my main thing. Also do minor repairs, oil change, and brake jobs. And if you have a car that's dirty, I'm still doing car cleaning or car detailing for the next couple of weeks while the weather's still good. So you might want to take advantage of that. BAMS wise, well, first of all, I wanted Shane to pass along a welcome to Nitty. If you're still there, Shane, I think he was there a few minutes ago. Appreciate it if you would. Bernie, I finished off Bernie's wife's vehicle on Saturday. Jacqueline was here, checked out her brakes last week. I made sure that she's got lots of brake pads for this coming winter, and she does. And lastly, I'm asking for each of you if you may have a referral for me. I know someone looking for a auto body shop to do some work on the back bumper of a vehicle. If you know someone, body shop in the Nepean and the Canada area, I'd appreciate getting information on contact information for them. Please contact me on the phone number to send me a text. My phone number on the chat line. Thank you very much. That's it. Sam Turris, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics about the cost of a new vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
Sam, thank you so much. A quick ask to the group. If you're on LinkedIn, using LinkedIn, invite people to the Phoenix Business Exchange Inc. LinkedIn page. It helps grow the community. Norm, over to you, and then Tony.
Good morning, Lord Boys Home Maintenance Repair. The last few days, I noticed, the high performance glass I keep talking to you guys about. It saves energy in the wintertime, but now it's more in the summertime. It cuts down on air conditioning costs and makes your house more comfortable longer. So years ago, I used to promote it because what it did in the wintertime, but now it saves a lot of money in the summertime. Also, now is the time, if you have a leaking door, right? If you see the light coming around your door, that means cold's going to come in a couple of months. So, somebody that has that problem needs it fixed. Now's the time, because once I have to wear gloves, I don't want to do that because it's fine work. So getting ready for winter, now's the time to do that. And the honey-do list, we get it done. Somebody rather do something for their weekend rather than do all those little things around the house, we'll do it. Now, we generally charge more per hour than other companies, but we can get more done in an hour than another company can get done in 2 hours, just because we have all the toys. We're equipped with DeWalt cordless tools, and we know how to use those tools. So if you need a honey-do list, we will fix your home. Boys Home Maintenance and Repair.
Norm, thank you so much. Mr. Tony, out gandering and pandering the car. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Bernie. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have a fear-based mortgage person, or a fear-based realtor, or a fear-based mechanic? Over the weekend, I had a lady that said she went to a psychic, and the psychic told her that she has a curse on her. And then she didn't know what to do with herself. She couldn't sleep. I got this curse. Somebody gave me a curse. And so somebody said, go see Tony. I saw the energy, and it was far from that. But when somebody looks at the negative part of something or anything, they always over embellish it, because that's an energy that they are fearful of, but it has nothing to do with the client. And this is where we look at the professions that are people that are dabbling, and the people that know what they're doing. If I want to sell a house, I go to Kelly, and she's fearful of everything. She's not going to be able to serve me very well. She should be able to go in knowing that there's going to be challenges and be able to get through it. And that's what we did. We went through several techniques, and in one session, we basically gave her what the information was, and she can be able to clear it. When people have a negative view about you, or they're jealous, or whatever that they're doing, it is all fear-based, and it has nothing to do with your energy. Nobody can manipulate your energy without your permission. That's the fact. And so when we look at that, and then if that is our basic knowledge, then the rest is easy. So Tony Jennis from Higher Self, where we are here to raise your spirits. Did some. I did a BAM, several BAMs with Kat, and ongoing stuff there. Ongoing stuff with Eric, and we also are having did a BAM with Josh, and we got some stuff going there with the program that he's on with the system. And let's see, who else was it? Got Susan McGarry, did some business with her over the weekend. You know, you just have to go to Calabogie for a coffee, and then while I'm there, I picked up a few items at Susan. So that was a nice day on my motorcycle. So had a great time. Okay, thanks a lot. Back to you, Bernie.
All right, thank you so much. So, Bernie Fransgroth, business concierge, and my role is to connect businesses. Part of that journey is the Knack for Business podcast. We're getting 9,000 downloads. The ask, I'm looking for people to be guests, and it's in the month of February to March that I'm booking right now into season 4. And yeah, so if you have someone that you know that has a interesting business story and can, just present presentational content. Also, just a quick highlight, that Rael has also added another service to the Knack for Business website, Knack for Business, so knack4.com, business.com. He's added a chat, and then in the chat, now I'm starting to load in the podcast information. So speaker, title, link, and then the script notes, and so you can ask questions. It won't have the entire series yet, so I'm steadily uploading that information. But that's just the power of being inside Phoenix. This is a tool that's been adapted and adjusted, and I think Tony's going down that same road. And another quick shameless promo, my co-host Wayne Pratt just launched a book, which Eric knows about, and it's Freshly Brewed Coaching. And it's available, and it's not that expensive. So it's kind of $20 to $30. We're at 8:47, and so I'm going to swing back. And if Shane, you have to run, you always running, man. But you have a good day and have a good week. Eric, I'm going to swing over to you because I know you have all those words of wisdom with CRA and how to play with them, or not. I caught him off guard, I can tell.
With pleasure, because I can talk to you about the last thing that has come through my desk, which is problems with CRA. Sometimes problems with CRA happen because the lines of communication between the client and the CRA rep have been muddled since the beginning. And that happens when you're dealing either with a lower level officer at CRA for a high level issue, or you have a client who is, very confident about their case, but doesn't know the tax behind it. And that's dangerous. So what happened here is someone has been fighting with CRA for, I would say, 4 years, since the 2020, 2021 tax year. And it's, from a taxation point of view, it's not a difficult assignment. It's not a difficult assignment, and it's not an assignment that you think is going to create problems with CRA. But when you look at the paperwork that has gone on between CRA and the client, you have a fight, between two people that has nothing to do with the argument that they should be doing. It has to do with how your paperwork is organized, and the other person saying, I don't care how my paperwork is organized, I'm right. So that is about, I would say, 50% of the tax problems that we have are like that. That we just go, we're the Alka-Seltzer of the thing. We put it on the problem, and someone burps and everything is settled. And that might take 6 months. The other 50% of the stuff that we do with CRA is clients sometimes assume that what they hear on the phone is tax law when they go to CRA, when they're talking to CRA. And they don't understand that the people who are working at CRA are looking at a screen and they are not worried about anything other than what the screen says. So if the screen has not been updated or the budget was passed last week and something changed, they don't know about it. They are not the same people that were there 20, 30 years ago that knew the Tax Act. So your average CRA employee does not know the Tax Act, does not have access to the Tax Act. So how that has affected us is we don't argue with them. We raise an objection. And I mean that from a legal point of view. When you raise an objection, you send up an objection form to the government, and it goes to the appeals section. And that means that someone who knows the Tax Act is going to read it. Now, in the old days, that would not happen. 23 years ago, that would not happen. The officer at CRA would know the Tax Act, and you could argue with them. But now you have to raise an objection to have someone, who knows the Tax Act intercede it. And that happens to be, 30% of the stuff we do. 20% of the stuff we do is for people who are trapped in something that they did 10 years ago. And they believed in the fact that CRA says if it's more than 3 years old, we're not going to look at it. But that only happens if it's more than 3 years old and there is no contentious tax issues involved in that period from their perspective. So if the thing that you were doing a multi-level, or a pyramid sales type of transaction, if the thing that you were doing something with cryptocurrency and you were not declaring, if the thing that you were doing something, with subsidiary corporations that you were hiding things in, that opens it up for eternity. They can go back to when you were in your father's twinkle, point. So don't believe what they say that it's only 3 years. It's only 3 years for regular tax things. For a T4 not done properly, for a T3 not done properly, but anything that is contentious, they can open up for a long time. Not only that, if you're married, then if the other partner in your marriage has troubles like that, it opens up yours, even if you don't have any trouble with the government. So people don't get audited themselves. Most of the time, their family gets audited. So one of the things you do to prevent that is to have bank accounts that the other person does not participate in. Like those of you who are in business, your business bank account, your spouse does not have control of, does not deal with, does not manage it, does not get checks from it. I want to give money to my spouse. I take it for myself, then I give it to my spouse. I do not write checks to my spouse. If I write a check to my spouse, it's for something that she bought for the company, and I have the receipts for that. Right, so she's like an employee that bought stuff. So that transaction you have to keep clean. That's to be what we call, those of us who are of the Jewish faith, kosherizing your books. Okay, that's what kosherizing your books means. That you keep those transactions really, really, really clear, and you keep them really into the company and not out. Because if you involve your wife or your husband in your company and they're not part of the company, but you involve them by giving them money, or your kids by paying for their stuff and so on, you breach, or you don't breach, but you enter into a place in taxation called commingling. And commingling, from a taxation point of view, from a tax audit point of view, is the moment that I'm the auditor and I see that people are involved in the company, it opens the audit to everybody in that transaction. Even if it's your in-laws, it opens up to everybody. And that's why we don't commingle, and that's why we keep our transactions separate from the rest of the family. And that accounts for 20% of the work we do. We need to demingle it. Right? We need to redo the transactions, go to tax court and have it approved, and then issue T4s to those people, or issue loan certificates or whatever it is to the people that were involved, so that we kosherize the books, and that is expensive. The average trip to tax court is on the low side $5,000. That is if you don't need a tax lawyer. If you need a tax lawyer, it's probably around $10,000. So it has to be, when we take a case like that, it has to be a case that is going to be giving you a benefit of more than $10,000, right? If we're going to do all of that work and then you're going to save $2,000 and then pay us $5,000, we say, here's the way you do it. Try to do it yourself. See if they will listen to you, because it's going to be too expensive for us to be involved. But if it's something that we see it has a potential of thousands of dollars on your side, then we will give you an estimate and we will take it to tax court. And that only applies to one of every two cases that we take. The other case, we show the client how to do it, and they do it themselves in tax court, because they're going to get their $2,000 anyway. But they're not going to take any professional time to do it. Are there any questions?
So mix the bank accounts up as much as possible is really the key, and make sure you have a lot of cross payments going over for things that don't really have anything to do with the business. Ever not do that.
Right.
Good advice, Eric. Thank you. I'm going to close this off with a quote for the day, and a quick reminder: next week is Thanksgiving, so if you show up, it'll be lonely. So unless, of course, you need loan time, show up. If not, don't show up next week. Quote for the day: "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures." Friedrich Nietzsche. So there you go. A little bit of stoicism to start the week off.
Okay, perfect.
Wow. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording. And then I go to find the off switch for the stop sharing to everybody outside the universe.
I'm sorry I look like this today. I ran in from the car. I came back from the cottage, and I said, I either go like this